Okay with everybody? Are we good? All right, the booth man says we are good. It is 6:30, so let's do a call to order of the Arts and Culture Commission meeting for March 5th, 2025. Jordyn, can you do our call?
Yes, I can.
Yay.
Chair Tom Sonnek is absent. Carey Nadeau.
I'm here.
Amanda Black.
Here.
Sharon Clark-Williams is absent. Raquel Soto.
Here.
Laura Strang.
Here.
Aliza Verma.
Here.
Yued Orozco-Garcia.
Here.
And Troy Woods.
Here.
And our staff member Jordyn is here. Amazing. Thank you all. Next is to adopt our agenda. Did everyone have a chance to review the agenda? And does anyone have any edits or comments or changes on the agenda? If not, we can propose a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve?
Yay! Good job. Well done. First time.
Seconded.
Okay, amazing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Amazing. Excellent. Good. Approval of the minutes. Hopefully everyone had a chance to read the delightful minutes that Jordyn put together and respectfully submitted. Thank you, Jordyn. I thought they were great. No edits from me. Anyone else?
Nope. Nope.
Great. Motion to approve?
Motion.
All right, second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Good, that motion carries. Incredible. Meeting open to the public. This is an open forum, so this is an opportunity for people to come up and address the Arts and Culture Commission if they so choose. Did you want to say something? Okay,
Headphones off. Come on up.
come on up to the front.
No, no, over here. Yep. Can you move that microphone down to your mouth?
Nice job.
Is the
All
green
right.
light on there?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I need your name and your address, please.
My name is Nora.
Okay. Okay, and you live in North St. Paul? Perfect. Good. And what would you like to tell us today?
That you should look at the weather 3 times before planning something.
That we should what? Measure 3 times before we
She
plan?
would like us to check the weather before we plan outdoor events.
Smart.
Specifically the parade, is that correct?
Yes, 'cause I missed the parade.
I really miss the parade.
It's a really good point, Nora.
Thank you for your
bringing
feedback.
that up. That's amazing. I'm so glad you're paying attention. More citizens should do that. Great job. Anything else? Okay, have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Public hearings, we don't have any of that tonight. Commission business action items recommendations. Maybe before we go that, could we just go through and say who everybody is? We do have 2 new commission members tonight. We've got Aliza, our new commissioner, and Yued, our new student commissioner, who has a plaque that says student commissioner. It's very exciting. So maybe we could just go around and say who we are and what we do. Laura, could you kick us off?
Sure.
Thanks.
I'm Laura Strang. I'm not the newest commissioner anymore. This is nice. I'm a seasoned commissioner, and I work in senior living.
My name's Raquel Soto. I am also no longer new. I've probably been here about a year now, and I work in architecture. So,
Excellent. Nice.
Hi, everyone. My name is Aliza Verma, and I'm a project manager. So great to see y'all.
And I'm Carey Nadeau. I'm Director of Operations at Hennepin Healthcare Research Institute, and I like to hang out here on Wednesdays, the first Wednesday of the month. It's my favorite thing. Awesome.
I am Amanda Black, and I work for myself as an artist.
I am Troy Woods. I am the City Council Liaison. I started in City Council in January, and I am in cybersecurity.
Oh, yeah, make sure you get the microphone. There you go.
I'm Yued Orozco. I'm a student at North High School.
Woo! We love having you here. Thank you, Yued. Jordyn, say who you are.
I am Jordyn. I am the staff liaison and a admin assistant for the city of North St. Paul.
And Jordyn keeps this whole ship running. I don't know how she does it. with all the emails that I send on a regular basis. I apologize. All right, so let's jump into our commission business. So Aliza and Yued, something that we do here is we are a very robust and quick-moving commission. A lot of commissions, they do all their business and all their discussions at their monthly meetings, which is cool. We have taken a different approach where we have different subcommittees that get together and keep things moving separately. And then we come back together and are like, hey, guys, we're thinking about doing this for this project. What do you think? And then we give feedback and we help make it happen. So as we're talking through all of our different subcommittees tonight, if there's anything that sounds like, ooh, that sounds amazing and I would love to be a part of it, let us know. Yued, I think you've got free reign to join anything you want or nothing if nothing strikes your fancy. There is one that I'm hoping that you will join though. And Aliza, as long as we have, I think 3 or less commissioners in a subcommittee, we're good. So if, I'm happy to step back on some things if we need to and we can work it all out. But yeah, we just can't have a quorum. So 3 or less to have a subcommittee is how we keep things moving. So that it was really helpful when planning the Project Snowy. I know you guys were working real hard on that separate from the main meetings. I don't think that project would have happened without the subcommittees. So so basically what we do every month is we go through all of our committees and talk about what's new and what's upcoming and what we might need help with. And anything else to add? No? Okay. Was that okay? Yeah. Okay, good. Amanda's my sounding board over here. All right. So first is our Autumn Arts goal setting discussion. I guess I don't know what this is about. Do we know what that?
I know, and
Okay.
if you don't mind, I'll kind of take point.
Please.
So as Ava is planning for the Autumn Arts Festival, she is looking at including certain activities or events within it, and we came across the idea of what is the purpose of the Autumn Arts Festival. And we're kind of trying to closer define it so that we know what events we want to include and what makes sense and maybe what doesn't. So what we'd like to do tonight is define that. What is our intent with this event? What is kind of the theme or vibe we want to create? And what elements can we introduce to bring this vision to life? So one of the bigger aspects, what Ava and I were talking about is this event to focus and celebrate the arts, or are we also trying to create a community fair type of event where the community comes out? Yes.
So, yes, love it. Eliza's been here 10 months, so I'm just going to give a little about, so the Autumn Arts Festival is annually in September. We have artist vendors apply to host their wares. So they bring a little tent up, and it's an art fair in the park, Casey Lake Park, which is a lovely space for this. And then we have other ancillary events, like we've got food trucks all along the main drag. We've got a bounce house. What else did we have last year? Oh, we had bingo in Casey Lake, and we had, one year we had the artist who did the mural at Silver Lake come and do birdhouses with people because his theme of the Silver Lake mural was birds. Last year we did, everyone painted little canvases, and then Amanda put them together in an art display, which I think is downstairs, right? So every year we kind of do something different, artistic. We have different cultural performing groups all throughout the day. Yued, have you been to this? No. I know Fatuma, was that her name? She came and she volunteers every year. She's great. We'll have to get you at this event this year. So sorry, I'm popcorning everywhere. Anyway, that's kind of the event and what it's all about. Troy, you volunteered. Anything else I'm missing?
I don't think so.
Okay, great. So definition, what do we want this event to be? What makes sense?
Okay, and you said that you and Ava discussed what?
Very briefly. Do we want it to be?
Concerns? What were the concerns? Like,
I don't want to steer the conversation necessarily.
Well, there's a handout here, right? Should we maybe look at that?
If you look at page 7 of your booklet.
So we've got a dance group, a couple of other performing groups, a band, a bouncy house, face painters and balloon artists, a community craft project, chairs, tents, and tables, chalk and giveaways, a canopy tent. Was that the main tent? for watching the performers? Maybe.
I think so.
Okay, some ads, some giant lawn games, and a petting zoo. So this is what's being proposed, and then this is what's actually been spent so far? Is that what we're
Correct.
looking at? Okay.
Yes. The green items, I believe, oh, wait.
So are we wanting to make it different than it's been in years past?
Not necessarily, but wanting to define it better so that we have better direction going forward.
Well, I think, like you said, now that we read off that list, it kind of does sound like it's more of a community fair than it does an arts and culture, or just like a arts,
Yeah.
autumn arts. I'm maybe this turns into something else. I don't know. I'm still really intrigued by the idea of doing an indoor market for just arts and crafts, which I think was the original intent of this, and then it kind of turned into more. I don't know. I haven't been here that long. But yeah, it does kind of sound like it's more of just like a big family community event.
So one thing that I'm looking at this, and I don't remember if she went forward. Did she go ahead and book the petting zoo?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
The bunny thing.
Yeah, she has it listed on here, but I don't think that she has reserved that. But I think she did reserve the giant lawn games, which is why I'm questioning what the green means. So I don't know what that is, because I think the green on the top, polar drift and the ribbon dancing have confirmed contracts, maybe?
I am not sure. I can ask her and have
Okay.
her reach out.
Let's assume, because here we go. On the right-hand side, it says what's been paid for, or what's been,
Yes.
What was bought?
yes.
So I like the idea of it still being arts and culture at the heart of it and less fair. I mean, we have a great fair every year. I've actually been to it now. I come from Memphis, and so, I mean, they do Memphis in May, which is always themed around a culture each year, and then that culture changes. So we could look at doing like a specific culture each time, and then center the arts around that. And then, of course, we have local artists selling anything that they make as well that's outside the culture, but that our theme throughout what we do is centered around that culture and the arts and music around it as an idea. But I don't want to just turn it into a fair, because then where's our need or involvement there?
When I think any good fair too has still like the vendors and the crafts and stuff, like State Fair, they've got their whole section dedicated to that.
Yeah, I guess personally, I would love to see it appeal to a huge, broad audience. I think the more people we can bring in with different things, at one point we talked about having Max come and do some catering and get a liquor license and things like that. Having people come in and maybe come in for one reason, but then kind of fall into the art and culture aspect of it. I kind of love that. It's like, a little spoonful of medicine to help them get to the cultural piece of it. But
One concern that I had is having other things going on, yes, but once we get to too many things,
sure.
I worry, as someone who's worked art fairs, if there's too much going on, they may not visit our artists who are paying to be there and are expecting sales through that. And so that's part of where my concerns were, is I don't want too many other little events to distract from maybe that.
I will say I was actually able to go last year as yes. And so my partner and I, we walked around. I loved having it be very centered on the vendors personally. Like, I know that there was a lot going on, and I love that there was music playing in the background. And I do like the idea of having activities, especially for, kids, to get them involved. But I do agree, I went there looking for vendors and to look at art. So I kind of like keeping that spirit, if that makes sense. So, yeah.
Well, and then I wonder, which is, side note, I heard the petting zoo thing.
Yes?
Where would we put that? Because wasn't there kind of issues last year with kind of fitting everything in nicely?
I think there's a lot of space at Casey, so
Okay.
if we have it, I think that there's always opportunities to find space at Casey.
And just to clarify, it's like a bunny, just bunnies.
Yeah, so
it
it's-
shouldn't
it's
be
not like
super
the
big. It's
small
not like
one.
goats or
I'm
ponies.
thinking like
yeah.
mini ponies.
Yeah, no.
Right, right.
So just bunnies. So it should be.
Now, that's a different
Llamas
story.
Yeah, this one
or,
would be
like,
just bunnies.
That's a big deal.
Which honestly, I'd love to just like lay down and have bunnies hop all over me.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But that is kind of the point of bringing this here is then going through these items and does a bounce house fit in with what we're looking to do? Or can we find some other activities? So things that we're doing that I think fit within the arts theme is clearly the makers, the performers. I still think food trucks are fine as like culinary art. I loved having the book, the walking, whatever that was last year. That to me is literary art. So like, not saying it has to be just visual art and performing art, but having all of these different arts come together in one festival is kind of magic to me.
Yeah, you know, I love the ceramics courses at North are so incredible, and it would be great to have them have a booth or a table and actually have some hands-on making, you know, because then that's a hands-on experience, but that kind of pulls into the art piece of it too. Yued, you plan events for Latinx and city student council? What am I talking about? What do you think?
With my experience to plan events, well, I was commissioned for Snow Days Festival. We really had to focus on how to make everyone want to go and understand what we were doing, fit the theme. It was really hard to do at the same time with barely anybody working. But, I mean, we made it work.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think about having bunnies at an arts and culture event? Is that detracting from the mission?
For art,
Yeah.
I mean, it'll make people go, but I don't know how that really correlates with arts.
Yeah.
Do you think there would be a stronger draw with bunnies or a bounce house?
With children, I'm going to say the bounce house.
I do
Animals,
think-
like
yeah.
a short span interest, and then they're going to see the bounce house, and they're going to be jumping for hours. I mean, that's how it worked with me. And I would go to my aunt's house.
This is why we have a student commissioner. Thank you.
And the thing I think with the bounce house is it draws from far away. Like you're
Yeah.
going to see it, and then they're going to be like, "What's going on over there?" Even if they weren't paying attention to our socials.
Everything else, yeah.
So if we were to go back to Ava with a definition of this event, how would you define the Autumn Arts Festival?
I think that's the big question is, do we want this to be just the arts festival or a bigger deal?
I think it is a big deal.
It's a yeah.
Well, no, but like the family community, like, because I think also there are some Scrooges out there who don't care about art. And right now we are branding it as the arts, Autumn Arts Festival. But when you start adding all these things in, it does become more of just the festival and less of the art.
On the other hand, this all fits in our budget. I mean, who's to say that bunnies aren't going to draw the Scrooges?
Well, yeah, but
I might.
And could we possibly do like some planning around the bunnies? Like have like a little drawing thing for kids so they like you can draw the bunnies and then go pet them or something.
Portrait.
I do like
Yeah,
that,
bunny
like,
portraits.
making something that's not necessarily art specific, more art related.
Yes.
I like that. This isn't a total list of everything that Ava can do either. She has some other ideas that we're going forward, and there's also these ideas to be considered on the front page there.
Oh, I totally missed this.
The bunny petting zoo is there, but she has some other things, so longer hours for the balloon and face painting. I think last year it was quite short and people were missing out. Am I
Yes, there
remembering
was a
correctly?
huge line, and not everyone got to partake after waiting, and they were very crabby about it.
So if I jump ahead away from defining for a second, we would say yes to longer hours for the balloon and face painting, correct?
Yeah, but that's so expensive.
But as Ava told me, we have budget this year.
All right.
And so,
And it was a huge draw. People
Would-
were asking constantly, where's
Yeah.
the face painting when I was
Yeah.
running the kids' art cart.
balloon artist and face, does she have a price on this? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it says $760 for each one on the back, and I don't know how long that is. Maybe that's the same price as last year's hours.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to clarify that, huh?
Yes.
That's just an hour for each of them.
But if you were to have, if it was bunnies or face painting, what would you choose?
I do have a question, just because I'm not also sure about partnerships we have. I was wondering, for like face painting especially, maybe not balloons, but is there an opportunity to partner with student groups for volunteer hours? Like if they have like pre-templated, like don't do full face like tiger paint, but you know, like the certain designs, is that something?
Possibly, although we do need student volunteers just in general, and so I would hate to take them for that necessarily. And I do like the skills. You're paying for a skilled artist with the face painting.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm totally against using students, but, so it's something to consider.
I want to keep it centered around the arts, though. I mean, I think we can involve families and involve the community, but
Yeah.
it's to get them interested in art and buying, art pieces and like,
Yeah.
we want to support our local artists and this, and like you said, they are paying to be there. So, yeah, I get
Yeah.
presents every year. My Christmas presents I get at the festival, so.
I think that's the general consensus. We want to keep it
Focused on the
branded
arts.
as art. Yeah.
I do like the
Sorry, Jordan has a question.
point about
So
the
if
bunny.
I had to bring this back for Ava, because she needs
Yes.
once more guidance on this, it sounds like what I'm getting is that you want it to be more focused on arts, but like it's okay to have some things like a bouncy house.
Yes.
But if we are adding more of these things that maybe aren't all art focused, maybe try to incorporate more art into it or like more activities that relate to art. So it's like, do
like
I got that right? Or
No, I think you got it. Yeah. I totally see both sides of it, right? Like we don't want to dilute the mission and what it is that we're trying to accomplish with the arts festival. We don't want our vendors to be upset. We don't want them to not have a good fair. But we also want to bring in families. We want to make it a comfortable experience. And as an introvert, seeing the quiet and fun bunny petting zoo, I'm like, I am all in. But I love Eliza's idea of having it, having there be an art piece to it. Like maybe we make bunny footprints or something. I don't know.
We could incorporate it with our art card activity.
Yeah.
Cotton ball tails, bunnies,
Yes.
things.
Yes.
So, yeah, if we can incorporate it into an arts activity, I think that fits within the arts theme. So bunny petting zoo is a yes and.
Yeah.
I have a
Agreed.
question about what's on page 7.
Yes.
Are these two things separate? So number 1 is long hours for, oh, just kidding. Never mind.
Okay. Question and answer. Button making station. What do we think about that?
That sounds fun.
Yeah. No kidding. I have done that. At Open Streets, they'll have like a little button maker, and you just pick out stickers or whatever, little
Yeah.
images, and make your own button. It's so hilarious.
Okay. So we love button making.
We love buttons. A+ on buttons.
Interactive art making.
Yes.
Partner with a local business for activities like tie-dye.
Yep.
If she can find the businesses who would be partnering with us, love it.
Or could we get, what is it now, Anchor Bank to pay for art supplies for inactivity? Sponsor the art cart for the day?
Once you include sponsors and city, it gets a little
I'm
complicated.
sorry. I'm such a,
I love it. I do.
I know. I
It's
just
big.
always make it too complicated.
How would the tie-dye work?
That's something for a local business. Yeah, it doesn't have to be tie-dye. I think she was just throwing something out there.
Okay. I was,
Yeah, because tie-dye is
put it in a
more of
bag and
a
take it
longer.
home, or-
I think I have seen that before.
Yeah. Well, they have some that if you stick it in the microwave, like that's all you need.
I've never heard of that.
It's magic. So, there are options. I did like the painting last year. It was very messy, or at least messy for one person out.
The little canvases painting?
No,
Or,
yes, that. I love that because I like the art piece at the end of it too that
Right.
included everything. But there was a vendor that had a tent that let kids paint
Oh,
Was
yeah,
that
the
Swetha?
St. Paul, no, it was the St. Paul Artist Collective?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
He was,
Okay.
And they just
Unique.
kept layering on. It was like the same canvas, and kids would just
Oh, I
add
love
to
that.
it. But it was very
Yeah.
fun and very messy, and I
wants to
think
do-
that's what we want. We want fun and
Yeah.
messy.
Oh, yeah.
he wants
So
to come
Jordyn,
back. Yeah.
if St. Paul Artist Collective is coming back, that'd be great.
Yeah. Email that guy. I bet he wants to come back.
So I'd say that interactive art making and the learn how to tent are both, they're similar, and I think all of it great.
I love the learn how to tent. It'd be great maybe if our friends at Parks would want to do like how to pitch a tent. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like how do you do things outside? Boy Scouts. Can the Boy Scouts come out and teach me how to tie a knot?
You could talk, I mean.
How
I
is
know
that
there's a
art?
troop at
That's-
St. Pete's and-
What do you mean? How is that art?
No,
You're
I-
gonna have to learn how to
People
tie
make
knots
knot
for the art card to keep all the
Macrame.
stuff from falling over.
Paracord, yeah, yeah.
That's art.
And that's culture.
Art and
I'm-
survival.
I'm just trying to make sure,
No, I know.
focus
I appreciate
us.
it. Thank you. I need focus.
Giant balloon wand station.
No, I hate this one. I'm just kidding. I love it.
Is there anything you wouldn't like at the arts
No,
festival?
this is it. I want everything. I want it to be in everything. North St. Paul, get the Snake Discovery Center, get the Raptor Center, get the Mr. Taco to have a food truck, get Max to bring some beer. I just want, do it all. It's
Carey
a,
would like the
it's
community
a
fair.
community festival. Yes, I would. Thank you for stating it so well. Okay, I'm done.
Skinny bones and they make fun.
So I think all of her ideas were good to go.
I don't know.
And do you think you have a direction to give her?
Yeah.
And if there's any other questions, reach out to me.
And then I do have one thing that she wanted me to show you guys to see.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I love visual aids. You can do it. Connect it up. It's a computer. You're gonna get it in there.
I've never had so much.
Okay, we did it.
Is it on there?
No.
I love how these children are just.
There we go.
There we go.
Is it a Pink Pony Club portrait booth?
No, it's like a portrait booth. Like they do like quick portraits.
Oh, I
Oh my god,
love
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I think that's their booth.
They're local?
I don't know.
Or is this in like an example?
I think this is a vendor she was thinking about booking.
I like it.
Oh my god, yes.
And then
We should have a photo booth too. Sorry. Oh, that's the end.
I could show more if you'd like.
Yeah.
Can you tell us that vendor's
Yeah,
name?
what's the vendor?
Oh,
Her name is Harper Steinbach. The service is called Pink Portrait Booth. Let me just click around on her. This is like I think this is just like her art in general, like kind of the style she does.
I like it.
Same. But yeah, kind of all I got on the website. But I think she quoted. She has two different options for her booth for payment. She does free portraits for participants for any event over 100 people, and the event organizer wants each person to get a portrait for free. She would charge around $200 to $250 an hour. This would include supplies, a helper for her, setup, cleanup, travel costs, and then the other option is participants or audience pays for the portrait, so you can have her there, and then they pay for their portraits. It would be $40 for one person, and then $50 for two, and then she would show up no cost to the city.
I say pay her. Do the hour by hour thing, right?
But how many hours then? The whole time?
The rest of our budget.
Our budget's 910.
900.
So,
So
Well, that might
it's like
3 hours.
that might not include longer hours for the face.
All right.
paint.
Well, we'll leave it up to Ava. Fine.
Yeah.
So we would be good doing her, and then doing the free portrait.
But then I think we also need like a step and repeat for the city of North St. Paul, and then we can do a nice photo booth, and we can have Autumn Arts Festival themed props, so people can do a photo booth. Laura's on board, so we're good.
There are many ideas, and I think Ava is the final say.
Maybe she can find more money.
I love the excitement.
I brought it today.
I might have a very elementary, like basic question, but how do we define a local artist? Like someone in the city's area, someone a bit more local, like North St. Paul, or like what is like the parameter?
As far as the vendors or,
Yeah, vendors, and like if we're bringing people in to do things, like what?
local, I think, is general Twin Cities.
Okay.
If we keep to North St. Paul, we're limited.
I was kind of wondering. I'm like, yeah. I was just just wanted to like make sure like the thinking. I'm like, okay.
Yep. We love Minnesota and Twin Cities specific artists.
We're just a bunch of loons.
So we would like to book her.
Love it.
Okay.
If there's
Whatever she thinks fits in the budget, whichever direction she thinks is best.
Okay. Sweet.
Because we're also open to longer face painting and balloon
Yeah.
animals, but we don't know if that cost is reflected in what we see here, so.
Okay.
And
TBD.
small question, have we reached out to some of like the like art guilds or like the textile center? Because I know a lot of the folks like will come out and do educational activities.
Let's do that.
Like just as like an idea. So
Yeah.
That how-to that'd be perfect.
kind of like a how-to like demonstrations and stuff. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there were also some ceramic artists that I've seen come out and do like a throwing demonstration even.
that'd be fun.
And then along the lines of that, I also was thinking of glass blowing demonstration. Ooh. That would be cool.
Where else can you go to have someone talk about glass blowing and everyone else is like,
It's actually a really fascinating
so fun to
process to watch.
it's very fun to watch. Isn't there like a reality show about that?
Yes, there is.
Get on that.
I think that completes that conversation.
Okay, perfect, good. Thank you so much, Amanda. I hope that was helpful. Placeholder event discussion. Was this the Asian night market discussion?
Yeah, I think Ava would like to have a subcommittee made so she can have some people to communicate with. And also like a general direction on the event, or like I don't know if we've kind of officially decided it would be an Asian night, or like if we just need a couple ideas, just kind of just something to go off of.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like we were tabling it until everyone could be here, and now no one can ever be here at the same time.
Right.
I thought we made subcommittees though last meeting.
We did
Not
put
for
a
this.
subcommittee for this activity.
Okay.
So it'd be a great one for new people to join.
Oh, Aliza, you want to head this one up?
Well, I was gonna ask, like, I have like 4 or 5 questions that are like back to back. Is
Hit me with it.
one, like, has the community like expressed interest? Do we have folks from these communities who are like, hey, this would be really fun to do? Or is this something from us that we're like, we should do an Asian night and we should do this and have you guys come and yeah.
I think it originated with us.
Yeah, I think it originated with us. We usually, with the monthly art nights, paint night, we do a survey to see what people want. And I think it's been a while since we've done like a survey in the newsletter. Maybe that's something we should consider doing. I don't know. I'm just floating it out there.
I think that's
Because that's a great idea, you know? We did a survey, God, it was like my first term, so I don't know how long ago it was, but we asked people where they wanted to see murals. I remember that, but I don't know if we got into an event idea brainstorming. So maybe that would be a good place to start.
And then are there any like localish groups that like folks could connect with and like kind of build those relationships
For
like the night?
For like
Like
for
a cultural night, yeah.
Yes, there is. What are they called? The dance group. Hip hop.
I don't remember.
Oh, shoot, there is a dancing group. They're over near the Target, in that strip mall.
Oh, I've seen those.
Shoot, the guy is a big dancer with the Timberwolves. He's always dancing at the halftime of the Timberwolves. But yeah, that would be, I mean, and I'm sure there are other local groups too, but yeah, we should reach out to any local groups. Good idea. This is why you'd be perfect on this committee, Aliza. All right.
Truly.
That was 2. What's 3? Do you have 2 more?
I think those will
That's it?
those fulfill the need for right now.
Okay,
There'll probably
perfect.
be more.
All right.
I'll say this, I don't know if I have the time capacity to dedicate to this subcommittee,
Perfect, yeah.
but since the last meeting, I did think, since we haven't truly defined this, another option / way to go that's sort of dipping your toe into an Asian market would be sort of a taste of North St. Paul. If we can have our local restaurants, because we have a very diverse group of restaurants, if we have a way to bring them out for an evening, whether we paid them and they have like a little tasting menu for people who come in or whatnot.
Are you envisioning all of them coming to one place? So then
Yes.
people can just, okay,
Yes.
perfect.
I love that idea,
Yeah, me too.
primarily because food is just like,
a
who
good
doesn't love a
motivator.
good
and
meal?
When we had the culture conversation last year, all of us really said that when we think of culture, what we love about it is food from
Yep.
different cultures. And so I think that's a good way to dip our toe into that
Yeah.
potentially, because I know we have like 5 different Asian restaurants in North St. Paul. We have American, we have the Ethiopian restaurant.
Jordan, is
Lord.
there a list of just like all of the businesses that are in North St. Paul, like ever?
I
Like
think
right
we've
now?
asked that before.
Have we?
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I'm
No
sure we've
idea.
asked Sarah. And so if Sarah doesn't already have it, that means that it was too much work to do.
Okay, Jordan, can you ask Sarah if she's built a list of all the North St. Paul businesses and or North St. Paul restaurants?
I can do that.
Otherwise,
tell
I
her
will go through Google Maps.
So
and do it.
sorry.
Just tell her it was me again.
Anyway, that was my idea.
I love it. And that's
But
what
it
she wanted
also-
a winter event, right?
Yes, so that's what I was just going to say. It depends on where do we do indoor events? And I know Ava mentioned potentially looking to rent out the high school gym. I don't know if that's still an option that we can look into, but I don't know where else we can do an indoor event.
Well, I do, but it's not open right now.
Not functional.
Okay, that is a great idea. Wow, good job, Amanda.
Thanks. That's it, I'm done.
Okay, other thoughts, ideas? Anybody else want to join in on a subcommittee to plan this random event? Not a random event. It's a very purposeful, wonderful, lovely event. Eliza's going to do great.
I feel the pressure. I'm joking. I'd be happy.
You won't be alone too. Ava will work with you.
Yeah, Ava's
Yeah, I'd be happy to like help with like a culture night or like a food. Like I love the idea of food. Now I'm really hungry because I didn't have dinner, so I'm also just like food sounds really good.
Which, mind you, this is like still in its infancy, so you don't like feel pressured to follow anything. That's true. It just, originally the thought was an Asian night, but so that'll be your basis of inspiration.
I like it. Thank you.
If anyone else is interested, oh God, sorry. Tell Jordan.
So far, just Eliza's confirmed.
So far, we just got
Okay.
Eliza. I'm sorry. I'm booked. I love you, Eliza, but I'm on too many, I got yelled at last time for being on too many things, so I gotta stop.
And then also there's the potential to have more people with you in the future, because this is for like a 2026 event.
No, I think this is this
little
year.
one this year.
This is like a little dip your toe in for this year event.
Oh, I
Yep.
thought we were planning it this year for next year.
No, we're trying to,
Trying to squeeze one in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry, don't listen to me.
But still, there's no pressure.
Awesome. All right. Subcommittee updates. So Snowy, we're good with that. Were we gonna look into doing the envelopes for the trading cards, Jordan? And by we, I mean you.
Oh,
Yes, I think I looked into it and started an email and forgot to send it. So I
Story of my
can
life.
send that over
Love it,
tomorrow.
love it. I love having that at the at our events would be great. So you've seen
Remind me
the.
what that was?
Yeah, so you've seen the snowies around town. We talked about them. One of the things we made last year for the parade that had to be canceled because of the inclement weather were trading cards, kind of like Pokemon cards, but one for each of our. We should get her a set now that she's on the commission, and Yued definitely needs a set for sure, and Troy. Don't forget about Troy. Anyway, so we were going to hand them out with the parade, but the parade didn't happen. So we were trying to figure out how to make these available to our wider community. So Jordyn had a brilliant idea of putting them in envelopes, kind of like when you get trading cards at the baseball place
mention.
or the card game related, right? Isn't that in North St. Paul? Is that Maplewood? We need to work on our borders over here.
Collectible card that we give at the car show.
Oh, it's the dash plaque.
That.
Yep. All right. So anyway, Jordyn's working on envelopes for the trading cards, and then we'll give them out at events this summer. It's spring, right? Is it March? Yes. Okay.
Which from what like I do remember what I did right. There's like we have like 4,000, 5,000 cards. I don't think we need to get envelopes for all of them.
No.
I don't know how many you guys think, like 200, 300? Is
Yeah,
that
that
even?
sounds good.
Because I think when I did look at it, it would cost maybe like max 50, maybe 70 if we did really nice envelopes. So
Would we be like packaging one of each in all envelopes, or would it be like trading cards where it's like mixed and you don't know?
Oh, and give like 3 at a time or something.
Right. Like which
Well, I think you get to decide that. What do you want?
Well, who's deciding that?
We are.
Well, I think, so there's like 10 cards, right? 9 cards?
9, because there's 8 snowies and then the big guy.
So then how do you like control the distribution if you do a random mix?
You don't. That's why they're trading cards.
That's why they're random.
And then people talk about it and they really need,
And they're like, I have Kenny, but I have 3 Kennys.
Do not call him that. I hate that so badly. All right, what have we got this summer? We've got our placeholder, our art night, truck night, music in the park, 2, 3, arts festival. So we've got 12 things scheduled so far. I don't know. That doesn't help me at all. If we gave some
The
out at
parade's
each
not on
event.
here.
The parade's not on here.
So there's other things.
Yeah.
Big truck.
And maybe realistically, it's just the big truck night and the parade and the Autumn Arts Festival where we would give them away.
What are you trying to figure out right now?
That makes, just like how, the distribution plan. Distribution plan first, and then that will determine how we package them.
When is the first distribution?
Well,
I'm just wondering if
I'm
we need to
proposing-
decide now or.
oh, that's a good point. I'm proposing we do it for June 13th, September 13th, and
The parade.
the parade.
So we can table
Or
that.
whatever this,
Happens though.
whatever this other event is.
Is the parade going to be too much of a like TBD because
could-
of weather?
We could pass out individual, like, single cards at the parade.
Okay.
Yeah, we could package up 200 or 300, whatever Jordyn just quoted us, and like save the rest for a parade or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that give you direction on cards?
So 200, 300, this would be just for the big truck night.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love it. Are you going to do random, or should we decide?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, are we going to do one card?
Oh, we're tabling. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're going to table it. Okay.
Decide that.
I want to do it all right now, everything all at once.
Goodbye, Tom.
Sorry, Tom. You've been ousted. Fine, I'll save him a little fun. Murals. Oh my God, Tom and Sharon are gone. It's all on me. Damn it. I was not at the meeting. They went to this meeting with the Historical Society, and, okay, so then they went to that meeting to talk about, okay, so there is the Historical Society Museum as a building in downtown North St. Paul, and their previous executive director, Sue, was sitting outside one day, and she looked up at the building and noticed how kind of it could really use something, right? So they want to put a mural up on the side of the building, to which we all were like, yay, we'd love to help you find a muralist. So we talked to the person who did their Snowy, Rachel. She is not a muralist and so was not interested in pursuing that, but she gave me a list of a bunch of different muralists we could talk to, and we could always do an open call. They went to the meeting. It sounds like almost everyone is on board with the idea of a mural. There might be a couple of questionable questions in there. But we are, I think, still waiting to hear from Brian Frandl about moving forward and whether or not that's possible.
I asked him for a follow-up.
Okay, good.
Today, and he's going to talk to me tomorrow. I think from what I have talked to him from is that he is like, you're good to go to move forward with the historical museum.
Okay.
So I have some more like finer details I think he's going to talk to me about tomorrow, but I will shoot you guys an email to let you know.
Okay, yeah, because we have enough in our budget. We could, with the size of the mural that we're looking at for the Historical Society Museum, we could theoretically do a second mural. But if the city no longer has wall space or an interest in us putting murals on their buildings, then we need to start looking at for-profit or other types of groups. And we didn't know how that worked legally with city entities. So Brian was working on that, and I'm sure that's what you're going to tell me all about. Awesome. Well, I will look for that email. Thank you, Jordyn. All right, so we will continue plowing forward on that mural project. Awesome. Utility boxes.
Utility boxes. Okay, so you just mentioned doing an open call for artists. And so Sharon has drafted a letter to do an open call for artists for utility box for the Veterans Park utility boxes. They are 2 side by side. I do have a picture of them here. So she did a draft, which I have, but basically we're going to be asking for artists to submit interest and ideas so that we can work with them. And we give them kind of like 2 weeks to do that because we want this kind of like mid-April is what we're thinking. And then we'd select the artist no later than May 1st and move forward. The goal is to have that utility box done by, I'll give you the date, when they have the 10th anniversary event in August. So Sharon, I have notes everywhere. Sharon plans to go to the next park board meeting to ask about putting that utility box wrap in Veterans Park. It will be veteran themed, patriotic, but not specific to any one type because we have their emblems elsewhere. So she wants to go and kind of get the buy-in from the parks.
And am I remembering right? We're looking for a veteran artist?
Yes.
Okay.
Or some, like family of, or just, strong passion for veterans. So,
I love that.
yes, absolutely. And then the Heart Hands project, we are going back to the original idea of making it super colorful and fun, which was the goal when we started it, because we took your idea from the arts festival project that we didn't use. So we're going back to that, and I'll be finishing that up shortly. And then that one will be ready to go.
Brilliant. So I don't know if you guys have seen the utility boxes in front of the bookstore downtown North St. Paul. There's a couple other ones, different places. That's our commission. We put those utility box wraps up. Julie Zhang designed the utility box wrap that's up at North as you walk down towards the football fields. Maybe you've seen it, maybe not. It's got a snowman on it. You'll see.
Well, you'll look for it now.
You'll look for it now, yeah. Were they going to fix that this spring once the weather got nicer?
Is this the one by the high school?
Yeah.
I think from what I heard, what happened was that
It was rusty.
it was
when
rusted, yeah.
corroding?
And then I don't know if they decided that. I think the city had to decide if it was to be fixed.
Okay.
I think
Okay. Yeah, no
I
big deal. I
can
just was curious.
follow up with it, but
Yeah, I'm sure it's good. Awesome. All right.
Side note, because you mentioned call for artists, Ava has updated the website, the Arts and Culture Commission page, to include an artist opportunities and business opportunities.
That's so cool.
Section. So I'm assuming that the call for artists then will also be included on that page.
That's great. Awesome. Do we have spots for all of our art where we can see at least all of our 2D art?
No.
Maybe someday.
There is
She-
pictures on the website.
Yeah,
now,
there's
though.
some,
that's good.
not everything, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some.
Okay, cool.
Maybe we can have our own gallery page.
That's what I want. Art cart.
Oh, nothing.
All right.
We
Spring
will
cleaning?
plan our planning meeting soon, I would assume. But we've got a couple months, and usually the planning doesn't take too long, so. Yeah.
Excellent. And we're still getting some bins for it.
Organization, yeah.
Organizing bins for the art cart.
I can start digging into that. Yeah.
Do you
Cool.
want to start? You want to look at it first and then?
Yeah, I'll gather some good options, and then we can talk about them.
So the
If you
art cart.
if you want to go into the art cart, sorry. Any day, just I guess email Jordyn, who will talk to Ron, who will pull out. You might not even need it pulled out, to be honest. As long as she can get
I
behind
don't
it.
even
to
know
get
where
in.
it lives.
It's at Public Works. I'll kind of tell you where, how to get there at least.
Okay.
Raquel, can you give an update for our new people about what the art cart is?
Oh, okay. So
Thanks.
the art cart, we have this amazingly bright orange trailer, and it's full of art supplies, a lot of it. And at some of these other events, like Autumn Arts Festival and Music in the Park, art cart also pops up, and we set up the activity of the day. Stay for 2 hours, I think. Or, yeah, usually about 2 hours. And, yeah, community just comes, they can do the project, and it's a good time.
Brilliant.
So,
Yay. Paint night. Night paint.
Not always paint, but
Not always paint, but always at night.
Yeah, I
Does
have a lot
Jordyn
to
have our
that.
updates?
Yeah, I have. I'm not really. I have a kind of a lot of information. I'm not really sure how to present it the best, so I'm gonna try.
Just blab it out. That's what
So I'm just gonna talk about the classes that like tentatively booked, like no
Okay.
contracts or anything, but I'm just gonna go in chronological order. So April 17th, I have terracotta pot painting. Artist requested the max number of participants for that should be 15, or would like that to be 15. Her cost is $270 per class, or for that class. And then this is kind of new. I reached out to a candle making artist. I think Amanda recommended. She kind of put a max number of participants between 6 to 30. I think 15 maybe would be good. And that she quoted a cost of 30 per person.
Did you secure a night for that?
Oh, yes, sorry, May 15th.
Okay.
What's 15 times 30, guys? I need some
a
help.
lot of money.
15 times 30?
415 or 450? Yeah, so that'd be 450. Good job. I'm not good at math.
Know your numbers.
Then June 12th, watercolor bookmarks. Again, max number of participants ours would like was 15. She quoted a cost of $270. And then October 16th was hand knit chunky blanket experience. I was quoted a cost at $75 per person. So considering that, I would recommend maybe max number of participants to be 10.
Did he have a pillow option? And would that be cheaper?
Sorry, what was the cost per person? I didn't catch that.
75.
75. So I don't know. I could ask him.
Yeah, I think he emailed me, and I hope you're on it. But he said a new popular thing they're doing is instead of doing the chunky blanket, doing a chunky pillow. So it's the same process, but it's not as time consuming or
Okay.
expensive as a blanket. So maybe that would be cheaper per person.
cotton filled or
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be just
Your main
the
pillow?
pillowcase, not the inside.
Yeah.
And is the 75 like inclusive of like supply costs?
Yeah, that's why it's kind of so high because yarn is a pretty expensive material.
Especially for a blanket, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not too bad. I tried making one over Christmas, but supplies were going to be like $100. So I was like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. So like if we and you said it was a pillow one?
Yeah, I'll find that email, Jordyn.
Okay. I can look into that, but yeah, if we did the chunky knit blanket at 75 per person, I think maybe keeping it to like 10, because that'd be 750. So
That's
potentially.
below the budget, yeah.
And then, so November 20th, we have Mandala on coasters. Artists would like max participants to be 15 and quota cost at $270 per class. So with everything I said, if we went with that, which we might not, the total would be $2,010, which our budget is $2,500. So what's left would be $490. I don't know, like, kind of like what you guys maybe would want for, because we have one more class that we don't have, that we would do probably, I would think maybe July or August. I don't know. I know Sarah said maybe we could do a second mandala, because I heard she said it was really popular last year and sold out, and that would fit into the budget.
It would.
And then also we could move the rest of the money potentially to the chunky blanket and add 2 more people, but we could still add more people. We could afford it at that point, so.
Should we do another mandala and try for July or August? See if she can do one of those.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great job, Jordan. Thanks for doing all that work.
And then, so the mandala artist, because I have contracts kind of pre-ready, I would like to get them out, but see if that works with her. We would be good with the $270 quote price and doing 4 classes if she's able to. And then with the chunky knit, would you like me to hold off on contracts until I explore the pillow option? Or would we like to do chunky knit with potentially like 10 to 12 people? I can also send these contracts to you guys before I send them out.
Well,
What's the bigger concern here? The price of the class or attendance?
I think in my, well, I think price of class sounds like it's fitting within the budget still.
So
What would people be more interested in, a blanket or a pillow?
I feel like a blanket. I mean, I
yeah,
don't know.
yes.
Might be an easier sell for a blanket for some reason. Like pillow seems like an interior design commitment. So
I hate a class of 10 people, though. It just feels very,
So could there be so right now the community doesn't pay, right?
they pay $10 a class. We subsidize most of it.
So for a blanket, could
Yeah.
we charge more? I mean, I feel like the people that would really want to make one would not spend $100 on the materials,
That's
but
a good
might
point.
spend.
That was a
we do
question I had, was if we would like the registration fee to remain $10. I don't know if we can dynamically price it with classes. I don't know, maybe we can. I can ask.
Ask about that, because that is interesting. That I could pay $10 and get this beautiful chunky knit blanket.
I do have to know, I don't think like, the extra.
It doesn't come to
funds-
us.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah.
I get
No,
that
that's
now.
fine. That's fine.
Okay, just,
But yeah, but maybe having more investment up front will help with the class. I like.
so with the chunky knit blanket, do you guys have like a number you would maybe want to do?
Well, and can you, sorry, maybe I missed this. Why are we only limited to 10 people for that?
Because that's just what I recommended with the
okay.
budget, because it's $75 per person. And so if we did 10, it'd be $750, and our budget's $2,500, so it's kind of,
It eats up a lot.
We do
Big
have
chunk.
We do have a bit of wiggle room to add like 2 more people, you said, right?
yeah, if we did a second mandala class, because that would be $270, I would assume. I just have to confirm that.
Yeah.
So with like what we would have left in the budget, I'm starting to get confused now with all the budget talk. So like with everything listed, we had $2,010 left, or that spent, and then what would be left would be $490. If we did another mandala class, we'd probably have like a couple hundred left to do 75 plus 75, what, 150?
Yes.
So maybe even a third person. So maybe we can do 13. I don't know. Math was not
Ooh,
mine.
13. I like it.
Math was
But
not.
honestly, if you even have 10 people making those big blankets, I think filling that Casey Lake building was,
Yeah, you're probably.
you need some space.
Yep.
And then
What would you pay for it
attention span?
For
to do the class?
yeah, I would pay 30. I mean, maybe even 40, because I went to a cupcake decorating class where I learned how to make cupcakes look like flowers, and I paid 40 for that. And then you get to eat the cupcake. So if you get to walk home with a blanket, I mean,
I'd say I'd be willing to spend up to 50 since it's a community event. I don't know.
I would say, like, for someone who maybe has not knit before and might not realize everything that goes into it, like, and also for accessibility, if we're willing to, like, subsidize this, it's like, I think, like, the 30 to 40 range is really good. And also with, like, the cap of people, I'm thinking of the instructor. If you're teaching people how to knit with their bodies, I'm like, 10 people is going to have them running around a lot, so.
That's a really good point. Good points all around.
Too, like the amount of time, that's something you really have to focus.
It is a 3-hour class too, so.
Is that longer than the other one?
It's a
The other ones are
3-hour
usually
class?
2 hours. Yeah, this one he specifically said it should be a
I'm
3-hour.
just kind of like, I just assumed they didn't finish it in the night, but okay. I better start that one at 5.
She has to explain how to finish it off, probably.
YouTube?
I don't know what to do anymore. My
30.
brain's
Let's
addled.
suggest 30.
30, sure.
Okay. And
We're
then
gonna start that one earlier, Jordan, since it goes for 3 hours. I don't want to be out till 10:30.
I had it for 6 to 9. I could
Okay.
ask. I think it just depends on I was told 6 to 9 is like the range I should be shooting for, but I can ask if there's wiggle room with that.
I'm sure 6 to 9's fine.
And then just for registration fees for the other classes, do you want to keep that at 10 or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's assuming if we can do different. I think we can. I don't know. I don't do it. Sarah does it. So
Oh, then
I'll
yes,
ask
we
her
can.
and see if she
She's
can allow it.
magical. She can do anything, right, Sarah? We're talking about you.
Oh.
Are your ears ringing?
Yeah, I think that's all I have for art night.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
hard work on
Round
that.
of applause.
Jordan's the subcommittee.
Yeah. We're done.
We're done.
Out. Bye. Hey, turns out I can join your. No, I'm just kidding. Autumn Arts Festival. Did we talk about that?
We've talked
Any
about
other
that.
updates? Okay, so those are our subcommittees. So if any of those pique your fantasy, nope, that's not the right word at all.
Fancy.
Fancy. There you go. All right. So we did that old business.
Yes, I am.
We forgot a subcommittee,
What?
the public art.
Oh my God.
The
I'm
one you're
that
on.
one too. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Go nuts. This is the one I want Yued to join. Go nuts. Just to give you a little heads up.
Pay attention.
All right. Who's reporting this? Raquel? Laura? I don't.
Homework, so maybe Laura should do it.
So we had a subcommittee meeting and we talked about what kind of public art that we would want, and I have our info here. So we thought about doing like a snowy at home, or we could have take-home snowies. We don't know what we want them made out of yet, whether it's going to be small-scale concrete for your garden or kind of like the wooden cutout boards that you could have with your last name in front of your house. And yes,
There is already a company that sells a cutout snowman.
No way. Wood?
like
I
ours.
yeah, like my neighbor has one.
Oh, the graphic traffic one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just saying.
No, yeah. No, this would kind of like be, you've seen them on Highway 36, you've seen them through downtown North St. Paul. Now bring Snowy home and have them in your yard. This was from Yued's essay where you said you wanted to have people have like a little snowy flag outside their houses and decorate it according to their culture. I think that's a brilliant idea.
awesome.
We're trying to take that and run with it. Okay.
Which means you're gonna have to help.
Preliminary
Amazing.
ideas. This is rough ideas.
All right, so concrete, wooden cutout boards, fabric maybe.
Way
we
to
don't know.
personalize it. Yeah.
Styrofoam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know what yet. We're kind of looking
Yeah.
into what the cost of those.
Board.
Yeah.
Could it be like, and this is like making way more work, so feel free to disregard, but could it be like something where it's like you can choose and you have like 3 options? You could do the concrete one, the wood one, or a flag?
Adventure.
Like, because I personally like the idea of doing like a little wood cutout. I think that is charming and cute.
I like that too. And it seems cheaper than the other options.
Yeah, right?
So we like that one too. And then there, Carey, you knew of a woodworker that
Yes.
we're going to get prices from.
Yep.
But yeah, you looked into like prices of boards before,
She said the tallest she could do in a single board was 18 inches tall, and that was $3 a board, and then she would charge us just $6 to cut them out, I guess. So like 10
It's completely doable.
for her labor. Is that tall enough? Is that what
We
you were
have to
looking
stick
for?
it on I mean, what does this look like in our yard?
Well, you know how like you go to Aldi or whatever, and they've got like those wooden signs that say home, and then the O can be all the different things, so it would just like lean in your patio or whatever.
Can it come with a stake?
Sure, make some steaks.
Make some stuff.
So that's what I'm wondering. Do we make our own steak and then?
You know, I didn't price it out with her for steaks. We can ask her about steaks.
It could be something where we could like have like options, because some people might want to have like something very easy that they can like bring in for the winter, or they could maybe have something where if they want to put a nice lacquer on it, like put it up on their house, like that can be their thing. But maybe like options, but like if we do like to have like things for them, having like maybe steaks would be something really nice to be like, here's a very easy how
Which
to.
I would say that's a big for me because my house is stucco. It sucks. So I can't stick anything on the outside of my house. So a steak would be cool.
Medium rare for me.
We also talked about sidewalk art. We were discussing the one where the rain makes it show up, or doing imprinting in new sidewalks. We liked the imprinting, having something that lasts, that won't go away after a season. And then talked about even doing like a hidden snowy where we get a stamp made to imprint into the sidewalk, if you all let us do that. You have some pull, I know you do, Troy. I've been talking to some people I know in construction and metal workers to try to get an idea of what that would cost to get a miniature snowy made out of iron or metal that could stamp into a sidewalk. And then an interactive art sculpture display in the public, like park space. And then do we want that created by residents or someone with more experience, and actually having an artist come and do it and make an installation? But it's preliminary, so.
And the idea behind the snowy stamp, I think we landed on that because some of the other options were just too variable. And like for instance, I know one of the ideas was making sidewalk stamp quotes, like, I don't know, make today a great day. It's something where you don't want to see that same thing every 4 blocks of concrete. But I think the snowy, having a stamp of the snowy was something that's more like this is just North St. Paul. That's just our little theme. So, a stamp here and there of a snowman.
Like the hidden Mickeys, people will have to look for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it makes it interactive of just going out into our city, walking, checking out more businesses. We could try to get more involvement too, like with murals, and tie it into that, so.
I love it. Instead of the hidden Mickeys, it's the secret snowies. And you have we've got 12 secret snowies around town. See if you can find them all. And of course, we don't tell anyone where they are. And so you have to find out where they are.
There's only 10.
Wow, that's mean. Damn.
You have an older brother.
Let me not get on your bad side. But then we also talked about for our reveal for our Bring Your Snowy Home thing, having like an art, bring your own trash art. Is that you take all your recycling and make your own stuff? Because there's that one house you drive by when you're going down. It's the one where they always get mad at you if you go too fast. By the cemetery, and someone has taken like bike wheels and made their own little snowman out of it, or people take like tires and do like everyone just make a snowman and bring it in, and let's take pictures of it and do a crowd vote or something. I don't know. I'm full of ideas, Troy. Full of ideas.
You're full of something.
I do like the idea of like a recycle like art
Right?
thing personally, just because I like to junk journal, which my partner's just like, why do you take garbage and put it in a journal? And I'm like, it's not garbage, it's treasure. So
I like that. I'm gonna write that down. All right, cool. So, any questions about our progress so far, or? I mean, we've got got enough budget. I think we could do a couple of these, right?
I'm just waiting on quotes.
Great.
Cool. Love it. Amazing. Reports from staff.
I have nothing to report.
Really?
Wow.
Oh.
She was.
She was like, bam, let me get this out. So we haven't spent anything anywhere. Wow. Look at all that money we've got. Let's go crazy. I got to tell you, Jordyn, I love this event schedule planner because it's like I will never forget where I'm supposed to be when. This is great. Thank you. All right, reports from commissioners. Laura, you go first. Sorry.
So I had mentioned a couple months ago, probably 6 months ago now, that my parents bought a house in Woodbury, and then they just had it and couldn't sell the Memphis one. So it sold, and they signed today and are moving tomorrow. So there will be a house with furniture in it in Woodbury starting tomorrow.
That's so exciting.
So I'll have family in the state, which is so exciting.
Oh, that's lovely.
Finally.
Brilliant.
Yay.
Good.
Yes. That's all I have.
I am pulling my hair out with my architecture tests.
Oh,
I'm taking my first one this Saturday, so wish me luck.
good luck.
First step to licensure.
Okay.
So that's it.
All right. What time do you take it? I'll write down.
9 a.m.
9. Ooh, is it all day?
It's about 9 to noon.
Oh,
It's like a 4-hour test.
you can do it.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Awesome. Good luck to you.
Is this just like
Oh, sorry.
Like-
What do we talk about in this section? This is just like if you have cool things that are going on, or like, hey, thanks for coming to the thing. Oh, we all.
Anything you have to say that we haven't already discussed?
Yeah.
Oh, well, personal and selfish, but I am like planting a pollinator garden. So I'm very excited. My seeds are sprouting right now, and I'm just like, I'm very excited. So yeah.
Good for you. I planted one of those. I think my neighbors still haven't forgiven me.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Okay, so one of our utility box artists, Julie Zhang, who graduated last year. I don't know why I have to keep pointing to you. Probably because you go to school. You go to the same school she did.
Well, clearly you know her.
You know her. It's Julie. Everyone knows Julie. Come on, you have to know her. Anyway, she is now a student at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, and she is starting to be involved with the Hmong dance troupe, trying to keep Hmong dance and culture alive, which I think is amazing. So I texted out the GoFundMe link, but they are looking for donations to help keep their troupe going. I think it's just $1,000 they need, but they're a newer group on campus, so they don't have the same ability to apply for grants that other groups do. So we all know about that. Anyway, it's just exciting to see an artist continue to bud and sprout in her own new environment. And then also Emily Haig-Wynn, who was a former commissioner on this committee, her nephew has suffered a really tragic accident as a hockey player and was stuck in Canada for a long time, and they just finally brought him back to Is he in Minnesota? I don't know. But there's also a GoFundMe for him as well. So if you want to support her with that, I know they're looking for donations and silent auction things and whatever, but just keeping Emily in our thoughts as a past commissioner. Otherwise, I think that's it. I talked enough already. Amanda, how about you?
I have nothing.
Amazing. Great. Reports from council liaison. Troy.
At our city council meeting last night, we talked about the park plan for the new parks that HGA created based for the new park design. So, yeah.
And what, did they have recommendations?
They had recommendations for 3 parks, one on 3rd Street over by Five Corners, one triangle park that they're kind of billing as a gateway front porch to North St. Paul that's going to be over by the VFW. And then the third one was a 2-phase project for the McKnight Athletic Complex, which would basically entail redoing the parking lot and tennis courts and what is now Little Kunkel Field over there. taking those out, putting in some new stuff over there, and then also then second phase would be doing some work on the softball fields themselves. So
Wasn't McKnight a great location for a future community center at one point?
I don't know.
They're trying to incorporate, I was on the city liaison, something or the other. I think they're trying to incorporate more of a space for that. I don't know that they're necessarily moving the community center there, but I think, at least when I was in the preliminary talks, there was a couple of the plans had at least space for outdoor activities such as autumn arts. It's a big spot, so yeah, I don't know where they landed with that.
Great.
I guess I will say that there was a proposal, kind of, presented by one of the other city council members about the community center, not at our last meeting, but 2 meetings ago. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. Basically, it was an open air, or not open air, but basically an open concept, almost like a pole shed kind of building, which would attach to the existing library, potentially expand out the library, but also basically leave an open area where we could do things like farmers markets and potentially be able to have the Autumn Arts Festival and festivals like this and other things in there. So, yeah.
I have a question too about the 3rd Street Park.
Yeah.
Do you know on what they landed on to turn that into? Because I know there was like dog park, there was just kind of a walking, meandering path.
The proposal that we saw last night entailed a community garden on the closer to Five Corners.
Okay.
So a raised bed community garden there, and then further down was a kind of meandering. They build it as a nature walk. It would be there would be a main path that would be ADA accessible, and then the side paths that would be more like, hey, climb over this, concrete log, and kind of thing, more interactive kind of walking paths and things like that. So.
Okay, cool.
Is there the opportunity to have there be like sculptures or art on this nature walk?
I think that's part of it, but there's also, I think, the part of the intention or part of the thought with the Triangle Park is to do have some sculptures. I know then the proposal that they presented last night, it included some industrial type porch swings. So like a big porch swing like you would have on your front porch, hence the front porch to North St. Paul. Yeah.
Yeah,
With the Five Corners, not park related, but is that still slated to be a roundabout in the future?
I do not know that there has been any consideration to make that a roundabout.
I really need it to be a roundabout.
I was going to say there's a roundabout. What?
That spot where they
Intersection.
Five Corners where it's
there's
up the hill from
Where there's-
It's
McKnight
annoying
on
where no
south.
one looks and
No
then
one
they
looks,
just
and they're
go
all-
and then you're
yep.
like,
Wouldn't
what the
that
hell
be
are you
a
doing,
great
buddy?
roundabout?
That would be a great, something else.
Yes, and
Something else needs to happen there. Yeah, my
how-
question was the same as Eliza's about what art would be involved with these projects, but it sounds like just the swings.
Swings for the one downtown. The other one, the proposal that we saw looked like there was some, I don't know how much artwork there would really be. It's more,
I think they're like interactive sculptures.
yes,
So
exactly.
they're like giant sculptures, but you can like climb on them and do
Oh,
whatever.
like Teddy Bear Park? Okay,
Kinda.
cool.
Architects, right?
I'm sorry, I cut you off. What else were you going to say?
Better.
Nothing. Thank you.
Thanks, Troy.
Yep.
Any other fun topics last night?
No, not really. Talked about money.
Ooh, I hate that. I just did my taxes. That's the worst thing ever. All right, we're done, right? Anything else? We're done. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Oh, double. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Goodbye. Thank you, everyone.